Now we have successfully created our project folder structure. Now the next thing, guys, what we have to do, we have to do the project setup. I already told you, right? After template creation, we also need to do the project setup. In the project setup, first of all, we have to create a virtual environment. Then we'll be creating, then we'll be actually installing some of the required package, okay, for this project. Then we'll be starting with our implementation part. Okay, so let me mention the command actually you need to execute for creating the environment. So guys, these are the command you can execute if you want to create environment, if you want to install the requirements. So the first thing what you have to do if you're using my repository, first of all, clone my repository. So let me copy my repository URL and let me mention it here. Then you have to create one virtual environment. Okay, so this is the command conda create -m. This is the environment name, and here you can use Python version. So here you can use Python 3.8, either you can also use Python 3.10. It's up to you. Let's create with the help of Python 3.8. I'll copy the command and I will open up my terminal. Clear. Now let's execute. So it will create one virtual environment here. In the virtual environment, I'll be setting all the packages. And this is recommended if you're implementing any project, try to create a virtual environment instead of installing everything in your base environment. Okay. So guys, you can see my environment is created. Now I have to activate with the help of this command. So I already written the command, just try to copy and let me execute it here. So it will activate my environment. Sorry, I think I haven't copied. Copy. Now guys, you can see successfully it has activated my ML project, okay, environment. Now inside that I have to install all the requirements. So let me open the requirement.txt. Inside that, let me mention all the requirement package you need. So guys, these are the requirement I need for implementing this project, like pandas, notebook, numpy, scikit-learn, matplotlib, okay, Python box, tqdm, pyml, ensure, joblib, okay, then Flask. Flask is for the web development, right? Web application development. And I will also tell you what is ensure and Python box. So these I think two packages are new to you. I'll explain, okay, what is it? And apart from that, I think you are already familiar with these are the packages, okay, why we use it, with them and all, right? So first of all, let me install all of the requirements, then I'll tell you why we are using these are the package whenever we'll do the implementation. Apart from that, I also need to install this src as my local package, because if I show you my environment right now, if I just write pip list, you'll see that src is not mentioned. See, src is not mentioned inside my environment. Okay, that means if I want to import something inside the src folder, from the src folder, definitely I have to first of all install this src. Okay, src as my local package, right? So for this, I have to set up the setup.py. Inside setup.py, you have to write this simple code, guys. Let me show you. So this is the simple code, and this will help you to set up this folder as your local package. So here we are using setup tool. You can also mention the project version, then repo name, username, okay, author email you can mention, and this is the setup tool.setup. It will automatically set up this folder as your local package. That means it will look for this constructor file. Wherever this constructor file is present, this would be considered as my local package path, okay, local package directory. So again, you can use the same code in your other implementation as well. There is nothing changed, only you just change the repo name or username or email address if you are using any other email address. Okay, this is the idea. Now let me save. Now what I will do, guys, I will add one command inside requirement file. I'll add -e space dot. So this -e space dot command will automatically look for the setup.py and it will install the setup.py. Okay, now let me open up my terminal and I will copy the command pip install -r requirement.txt. So it will install all the requirement here. Let me show you. See, one by one, all the requirement would be installed. So this process will take some time, guys. Once the installation is complete, I'll come back. So guys, as you can see, my installation is completed. There is no error. That means congratulations, you have installed successfully. Now, next thing, guys, what I will do, we'll just try to create our three main component, like the logger, then this utility, and as well as the exception. Okay. So we'll be learning how we can write the logger, our custom logger. And see, exception I'm not going to write separately here because I'm going to use one library. I think, remember, this is the library called Python box. So inside Python box, we already have exception functionality. So you'll be using this exception functionality. You can also separately create the exception, custom exception. It's also fine. But I will tell you how we can use any other Python package as well to create the Python, let's say, exception. Okay, it is also possible. So let's create the logger first of all. Then after creating the login, we'll be creating the utility. Okay, inside utility, we'll be also writing the exception related code as well.